Please surround us with the warm light, loving light of God. Give us God-given guidance for the highest good of all, for Gemini and all those who love Gemini. For Gemini and all those who love Gemini. May their dreams come true. May they connect with their divine partner. May they get that dream job. May they live their highest ideals and highest purpose. Please surround us with the warm light, loving light of God. Please give us God-given guidance for the highest good of all, for Gemini and all those who love Gemini. Where are they? What's above them? What's behind them? What's beneath them? What's ahead of them? One more shuffle. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Spirit. Thank you. We have the Empress reversed, the King of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, dang, Gemini, and the High Priestess. Underneath we have the Tower. What's Pentacles? Are we working hard? Is this a money reading? Is this a career reading? Looks like a money reading. You're working too hard that you are limiting your abundance. You're working too hard that you're not allowing abundance to come to you. The King of Pentacles is a workaholic. Whenever he's reversed, he's especially a workaholic, and he's greedy. He does not give to others. He stockpiles his money and his resources, and he says, I've worked hard for this. I don't have to share it with anyone, right? I don't have to share my time with anyone because I have work to do. I have to work hard. I have to make this money and get a nest egg, right? So the King of Pentacles reversed, this is someone who is coming from a lack mentality. This is someone who is coming from an us versus them mentality of, or me versus them rather, right? Like me, I have to get all this money. It has to be mine. You could be dealing with a Taurus. You could also be dealing with a Capricorn. We have the goat up here. And the King of Pentacles is always a Capricorn to me. But this is someone who works so much that he does not devote time to his loved ones. He wants to spend time with his loved ones. That's why he works so hard. He wants that freedom, right? He wants that, the ability to just drop his dimes on the table to pay for his friends' meals. But he can't go out with his friends because he is too busy working, right? He's working so hard. This crosses the Empress, and the Empress reversed. The Empress upright, she is the sexy mama, ultimate mother, ultimate wife, divine feminine, right? She is beauty and love and nurturing and comfort. Everything that a woman, all the strengths of a woman, right? Whenever she is reversed, this is not being receptive, this is not allowing, this is working too much. The energy of the feminine is to allow, is to receive, is to sit back and let, if we're talking about traditional male-female relationships, it is batting your eyelashes and waiting for the man to come to you, right? Man asking you out. Whenever, but this is a money reading, but the Empress is ruled by Venus. Venus is about attraction. A lot of people think Venus is love. If your Venus is in Gemini, this is how you're going to love. No, it's about attraction. It's about what you are attracted to and the things that are attracted to you, right? The situations that you attract. You might want to check your Venus. You could be dealing with a Libra or a Taurus, but especially a Taurus because we have a lot of Pentacles and we have the King of Pentacles on top of it. But Gemini, you are not allowing money to come to you. You think you have to work overtime to get it. You do not. And it's because you have been in a place of lack. You have been in poverty. You have been poor. You have been broke. You have had, been in places where you didn't have two pennies to rub together, right? And it's been scary. It's always scary. But when we're in a state of lack mentality, we're in survivalist mode, and we slow down our progress. It's kind of like whenever you're dieting, and some of you may be dealing with dietary issues because the Pentacles too can deal with health. But when we're dieting, you know, calorie intake is important, but sometimes we limit our calories, and so our body says, oh my God, like our body like goes into this lack mentality, right? And so they want to store fat, right? So it's like we could make a whole lot of progress and then we can plateau in our weight because Our body thinks, I have to hold on to this fat. I have to hold on to this fat so that I won't be cold in the wintertime, right? So that I can store up, I can insulate myself whenever the winter comes, right? What happened? I'm sorry, Gemini. So this has been in your past. You know what it's like to be poor, and you don't want to be poor again. You are juggling a lot of things. This is in your thoughts and your feelings, so I feel like you're feeling overwhelmed by bills that are piling up or responsibilities that you have taken on. I feel like perhaps you have taken on responsibilities that you shouldn't have. I also feel like, you know how I was talking about treating your friends? Geminis are really generous. It's one of my favorite qualities about you guys. However, sometimes your generosity can put you in the poorhouse. This card is in your foundation, so I think you have given a lot. And perhaps you've received a lot too. But you don't need to work extra harder knowing that the universe will provide. Because one of the lessons with this lack mentality, one of the lessons with this Five of Pentacles is they're outside of a church, they feel abandoned, neglected, left out in the cold. And the lesson is to just go inside the church and ask for help. This is your spiritual community. They offer you a lot. I know I haven't always been involved in the church. Once I started going to church more regularly, for the last couple of years I haven't been going to church because our church changed. But anyway, back on track, Lauren. I'm here for you, Gemini. I still have relationships with those church members though, because in your spiritual community you develop these intimate bonds, right? And they have been so helpful, and I'm just so humbled and blessed and thankful. Whenever I had to move out of my home really quickly, there were people who helped me move. We just, a mentor from the church, she's actually Gemini. But, I had been storing half of my stuff there, and for free, right? People don't get that, but whenever you have a community of people who care about you, then you have all these helpers to help you. But they need that space to rent it out. They need money to go into the church. So I had to move my stuff from storage to my house unexpectedly. And my mentor, who's Gemini, helped me with that. So there are people around you to give you money to help you with things, and you don't have to take on the world on your own. You don't have to juggle too many things, right? While all this chaos is going on behind you. You don't have to be this workaholic and not devote any time to your friends, because the world is abundant. Mother Earth provides. She will always have resources. There is an endless supply of resources. Humans just make it more difficult, right? Humans just think that there's a limited amount and that we have to work for that amount. Like we have to work overtime, work double time just to be provided for, just to meet our bare necessities, but that's not true. We have all that we need. God provides all that we need, and any sort of lack that we go through, any sort of poverty that we go through, it's to remind us that we will survive, that we are provided for, that God provides, and that the earth has limitless possibilities, limitless resources, limitless abundance available to us, and that people in our spiritual community, people in, and not just church, if you don't go to church, this could just be like friends and family, but you have people to help you, and it requires us asking for help. I think perhaps in the past you have not asked for help. What I see with Geminis a lot is they have this sort of pride, and so they're very generous, right? But when it comes to being given things, they you know, they can kind of be a little arrogant. Like, I don't need that, that's fine, don't worry. Like, they kind of want to be the giver, but they aren't always receptive. So when someone is trying to offer you something, like, you need that, right? We all need help. No one is truly a self-made man. We all got help from someone else. So you know, this arrogance that I see from Gemini from time to time, I see that they take on a lot of debt, but it's because it's like a show, right? They want to show that that they're good with money, and that they're able to pay all their bills and meet all their needs. But I really see a lot of them in these struggles of robbing Peter to pay Paul, juggling bills, and sort of this chaotic management of bills. But if it gets to be too much, the message is to have faith and allow resources and abundance to come to you. Allow your material needs to be met instead of having this fear that they're not going to be met, right? This is a longer reading than I expected, but I feel like there is a secret. I feel like we're talking about the law of attraction, right? Venus, and having wishes, like money wishes, monetary wishes. I feel like we're talking about the secret with this high priestess. Sometimes she can symbolize secrets, holding back, inner knowing, right? So this is about aligning to the right vibration, about intuitively knowing that all of your necessities and all of the luxuries that you wish for, all of the abundance that you seek in life is available to you. It's just a matter of being relaxed enough to, and this is a receptive energy too. This is the high priestess and the empress together. This is a very feminine energy. And so high priestess has a secret. She's not going to tell it. You have to come to her. She's on her throne usually. So she doesn't go out. She waits for it to come to her. And then the empress is usually loafing on a sofa. So relax, man. And if you don't relax, something's going to break down. Something is going to shift. The tower comes in and knocks us off our game. Everything we've built around ourselves comes crumbling down, and it causes us to reevaluate how we've been going about life. Let me know if that works, if that message resonates with you, Gemini. I love you very much, and I will see you next time. Bye.